bacon breakfast quesadilla, sausage breakfast quesadilla, cilantro lime sauce. What'd you get? No, I'm not sharing. It's every time you peasants, people like you peasants constantly stay begging for my food. No, I'm not sharing. You know what? Give me your plate. Here, get. Jeez. Here. You know what? Here. You know what? Just take everything. That right there is the exact reason I do not dine with peasants. This happens. Being the great Samaritan, being the good individual to lend a helping hand, share a plate, go against my own word, just to make another person happy. And I pay the price. Quesadillas. Yes, there are no quesadillas right now. Nonetheless, I have to continue on for you peasants. Welcome to episode 9 of Zilla the Grub God. I am Harvey Holmes, aka Zilla the Grub God. And if you're new here, don't be appalled. I do this often. But welcome. I'm glad you're here. If food is your thing and you're trying to refrain from being a peasant like that imbecile who you just witnessed over there, you want to make your own stuff? You want to stop begging? Make sure to subscribe to the channel. You peasants can probably already guess what our recipe for today is. And yes, you are correct. Today we have quesadillas, not just any quesadillas, but breakfast quesadillas. In modern day society, we all know now that tacos just aren't for lunch and dinner. Burritos aren't just for lunch and dinner. Neither are quesadillas. Today, I'm going to be walking you through 2 types of breakfast quesadillas. We have the sausage quesadilla, and we also have the bacon quesadilla. I know that I come across many people who state that they don't have the time to cook breakfast, their work conflicts with breakfast, they just don't have the energy, yada, yada, yada. But I'm here to say that that is fixable. And I don't know, maybe you, yes you, who is watching this video right now, are one of those people. Fret no more. These wraps are simple, they're delicious for one. It doesn't take a long time to make the wraps. And the best part, you can freeze them. For the full recipe, you can find it down below. Enough with the chit chat, follow me to the kitchen, show you how it's done. Go ahead, get your frying pan and adjust your stove setting to high heat. Grab your sausage. Here I'm cooking about 3 ounces, and we're gonna let this sausage brown. This is the first step of making your quesadilla. Once your sausage has begun to brown, go ahead and put it inside of a bowl. After putting it inside of a bowl, get your pan right back on the stove. Get about a tablespoon of butter, get 2 eggs, beat them inside of a bowl. Then, once the butter begins to melt, go ahead and discard the eggs into the frying pan slowly. After pouring your eggs into the frying pan, give it about 20 seconds. After about 20 seconds, grab a spatula or a spoon and go around the perimeter here. This is so that the egg does not stick to the pan, and obviously you want to make sure that it's going to lift. Now, with building a quesadilla, we want it to stick like glue. So take about 2 tablespoons of cheese and place on top of the egg, followed by the tortilla, placing that on top of the cheese, and then grabbing a spatula and begin to pat it down. Now this usually takes between 35 and 40 seconds. After about 40 seconds, I like to take my thumb and the spatula and get up under there and go ahead and flip it. Be careful not to burn yourself. If you do, don't worry, you'll live. Now on the inside of our quesadilla, we're gonna add some mozzarella cheese. If you like to go all out and wow with your cheese, feel free to do so. Now on top of that, we're gonna go ahead and add some spinach. After adding our spinach, we're gonna take the sausage from earlier and add that as well. When building your quesadilla, it's very important to remember to have all of your ingredients on one side. So after adding our sausage, we're gonna add some cherry tomatoes, followed by a little bit more cheese. After adding our cheese, we're going to flip our quesadilla in order for it to become whole.
You don't want your ingredients pushed outside of the wrap, getting onto your frying pan. We want to prevent that. So again, make sure everything is on one side. As you can see, we just simply folded over our quesadilla. Now this next part here is completely optional. I like for my quesadilla to have a crunchy texture and for it to be crispy. So I add a little bit more oil inside the pan, allow it to sit on both sides for about 1 minute, pat it down a little bit. After about 1 minute on each side, my quesadilla is ready. Gorgeous, just absolutely gorgeous here. We're pulling apart our quesadilla, and on the inside you can see that it is ready. Now on to the next, bacon. For our next quesadilla, you're gonna need 2 strips of bacon. I'm using pork bacon here. If you like to use turkey as an alternative, that is completely fine. I'm cooking my bacon over medium heat. Now I like for my bacon to be crispy, so I'm going to adjust the temperature halfway through the process to medium high. After cooking the bacon, I'm adding it to a bowl and I'm using my food scissors to cut it into bits and pieces. After prepping your bacon, you want to take a tablespoon of butter and apply it to your frying pan, letting that butter get nice and melty. In the meantime, go ahead and get 2 large eggs and begin to beat them inside of a bowl together using a fork or a whisk. After you do that, you can go ahead and begin to apply your eggs to the frying pan. And a repeat from the sausage quesadilla. Here with the bacon quesadilla, we're doing the same thing. Take a spoon or a spatula, go around the perimeter, making sure that the egg does lift from the frying pan. Just like before, take some glue, aka your shredded cheddar cheese, add that on top of the egg, followed by the tortilla. Easy does it. Just like before, we're using our spatula and patting down our tortilla, making sure that it connects with the egg and the cheese. Now, to flip, using the spatula and our thumb, we're gonna take it and we're gonna flip it. Now, sometimes you can get hung. As you can see, that happened here, but no worries, it's fixable. Just take it, get the flat from under it, you'll be good to go. Now for this quesadilla, what I'm using is some roasted garlic and tomato basil soft cheese. This complements applewood bacon very well. Once I lay the cheese down, I'm gonna begin to lay the spinach down. Following the spinach is our bacon crumbs. We're going to also add some cherry tomatoes, followed by that roasted garlic and tomato basil soft cheese on top. Now, just like before, remember, all the ingredients on one side of the quesadilla. Now, using your spatula and your thumb, pull one side to the other. Perfect. Pat down with the spatula. And again, the next part is completely optional. It's up to you. But if I were you, I would add some oil in the frying pan to get it a little extra crisp. Making sure our oil has made its way under the quesadilla. Let that one side cook for 1 minute. After 1 minute, flip, boom. Let the other side cook for 1 minute as well. And after about 1 minute, we're gonna flip it just to see what it looks like on the other side. Boom, perfect. It is gorgeous. It's ready to be cut up and plated. Using a sharp knife, we're gonna go ahead and cut this into 4ths. And now it is time for our reveal, ladies and gentlemen. That right there is divine. That right there is heavenly. Look at that work of art.
And there you have it, breakfast quesadillas, bacon and sausage. Now, if you like, feel free to add some sour cream on the side, some salsa, or some pico de gallo. Either one of those 3 make for a great combination. The crispiness and that bacon meshed with the cheese and the spinach and tomato that's layered with that egg. This is a perfect grade A blend. Testing out the sausage quesadilla. That's heavenly. That is heavenly. The great thing about sausage is it's built with a ton of flavor inside of it, whether you're eating regular sausage, spicy, hot, maple, whichever. Now answer me this one thing. Was that hard? Was that hard? No, it wasn't. It was simple, effective, and it's delicious. And also you have some more to store for another morning. It's not that hard. I am very proud of you peasants for not begging for my food. You know what? I think you guys have just about graduated. I really do. If you like this video, make sure to like it, giving it a thumbs up. Also, feel free to comment down below. I'd like to hear from you guys. Comment which quesadilla you think you would prefer to have in the morning. Bacon or sausage. If you haven't already, make sure to hit that subscribe button and also hit that bell for notifications. Be sure to follow me on my social media platforms, Facebook, Zoe the Grub God, Instagram, Zoe the Grub God, and Snapchat, HarveyDent93. Now guys, I have a little bit of news for you. We're about to come to episode 10. We're about to come to episode 10 next week. I have something very special for you guys. You do not want to miss out on that. After episode 10, I'm going to take a little break, just a little break, and then I'll be back with a new season. You peasants, you're doing great. You've about escaped your peasanthood and your peasant ways. I, for one, could not be happier for you. I will see you on episode 10 of Zoe the Grub God. And again, like always, much love.